I'm going to replicate one of the centerpieces I delivered this morning, and I found myself a really pretty, like a basket. It was made with a glass vase to go inside it, and I am using foam today. I will say that I am not the biggest user of oasis or foam, floral foam, because of the environmental impact. I don't like it, but sometimes you need it, and this is what it was made for, to make beautiful flower creations. So occasionally I will use it, and we're not perfect all the time. I will start with my base, and today I've chosen some very, very pretty local hydrangea stems in these beautiful fall colors. I've already cut them quite short, and we all know how delicate hydrangeas can be, but these particular ones, you can almost hear it, are very strong, and they will last perfectly even when put into this floral foam, not directly into water. So I actually just used two, and I put them sort of just across from each other, and then I slowly build up my decoration. You don't want to see any negative spaces, any foam, any holes, and that's what you always have to keep in mind. If you have one of these, you can simply turn it as you go to make sure you got all areas covered with beautiful flowers. I'm gonna keep this arrangement like the one I did in a sort of fall, slightly dramatic feel, and for that I have chosen these very unique dahlias in two tones. They're so gorgeous. I love the way that the dark red has these little white spots. And when I put it into my decoration, I kind of make it go forward, not straight up, because this particular one, it's not a centerpiece, so I don't have to worry so much about the back. I just have to worry about how it presents itself from the front. And it's a bit like when you go to the theater, you have these different stages. When you sit right in front of the stage and you can see something in the horizon and the way the backdrop has been painted, so you get like this sense of space. And that's what you want in your floral creations as well. You don't want it all, you do not want it to all just be like packed together in this little compact, boring type of floral decoration. You want it to come towards you, and you want to experience feelings when you look at it and find little bits here and there that excite you. That's how I do my decorations. And for now I'm just placing one dahlia, and I found these very beautiful marigold, very typical for September. Some pretty hardcore colors going on that are not typical for me, but when it comes to fall I go crazy with colors. Look at this, and it's got its own life. It decided to grow like this, so I'm going to go with that and make it pop up from the side here and sort of lean forward. Maybe I need to twist it a little bit. And this is how you can learn to just go with the nature of your flowers when you decorate and when you arrange, whether it's in foam or directly into water. Just make them sort of lean against each other if you don't have the foam. I'm going to hide some mint, and when I say hide, it's because I know it's not going to last very long, particularly not in foam, but I want the scent, so I just put it deep down, mix it in a little bit with the hydrangea, and then I know it's going to ooze of this beautiful scent, even though you can't see it. Other filler apart from hydrangeas are these Queen Anne's lace or green mist, and I use them to sort of fill up the sides and the lower part of the arrangement, and I find them very pretty. They grow wild, and these ones are local, obviously, because a lot of my flowers are local. I also use another gorgeous fall flower. This is the clover. I love the color, but this one is sort of dusty desert rose. This one can be a little tricky in foam, but They seem pretty strong. I've had them in water overnight. Just let them soak. Before you make this, let them soak a lot of water overnight. That will help you and the flower arrangement to last much longer. I place them so they point outwards, not like straight up. And I just cut a little bit of the edge so that they will immediately soak up water from the foam. I have some other very cute dahlias in a rusty golden color. Not everything is pink in my arrangement. You get that feeling sometimes, I know, but I do love pink. I'm not afraid of pink, and I don't think it's banal. Just as I don't think using roses is banal. Why do I say that? Because I feel like the last maybe 5-10 years there's been this massive trend of just decorating with all these unusual flowers, and I love all stems. I just think you should just sometimes go a bit more classic, in my opinion, instead of just using all these weird flowers just to make it look different. Different is not always better, in my opinion. In that way, I'm a traditionalist when it comes to flowers. I don't particularly like all these artificial looking stems that many people use nowadays. I'll place one more of these so they're like, you know, naturally appearing in this beautiful basket of blooms. I have some very unusual looking pretty echinacea, you know, the drops you use when you're sick. They have a beautiful center, and I like using these. They're sort of spacey. I don't often use things like this, but for these fall arrangements and table decorations, I love using all of these dark brown golden colors. And one of my favorite ever, zinnia, in Danish they're called frøkenhat, which means a little hat for a miss, and I love that name. So you see, we are all about the brown earthy colors today. Oh, this one is so pretty. Simply just adorable. I'm gonna let that come towards us from above, so to speak. And I have my gorgeous cosmos. This one is a bit wilted, so I'm gonna not use you. They actually don't have a scent. I'm gonna use this pretty one. I have an arrangement called Haley, which I made for Haley, Bieber and Justin to be sent out. It was ordered by an assistant, but nevertheless. So I actually have named an arrangement after her. She's a beautiful, young, inspiring woman who has made a great career for herself. And she's got a really cute husband. So I'm going to place this gorgeous Wabara rose. It's a Japanese rose. I adore these garden roses because of their, I dare say, millions of petals. They're so rich and gorgeous. And I always put them towards the lower part of the arrangement. I've got one more. They go from like, I would not say purple mauve to almost orange, but still very like earthy and golden and just very unusual. This can work because it's smaller. It can be placed towards the top of the arrangement. I have some jasmine. They definitely go down here. They will also create a beautiful scent in this arrangement in my little basket that's going to be placed on my table in my living room. So a centerpiece obviously is the piece that goes in the center of the table, which is why it needs to be very pretty from both sides, from all angles, as people look at it from where they're sitting. But an arrangement can have a slightly dull backside, so to speak. I always put something, so it's just not like this, you know, like half, like a wall type thing. I use a very few of these chrysanthemums because they actually don't look like chrysanthemums. They're not my favorite. I like some Chinese ones and more like fluffy. I like these ones because they have all these beautiful natural colors. I want a few more of the cosmos. So a stem like this is too much. It's like it's gonna dominate everything. So instead I separate it like that. And I want these to just come forward and say hello, hello. Adding some more of these beautiful cosmos stems. They're actually very long lasting, so you can just use tons of those if you want. They are very pretty, very suited for this type of vibrant arrangement. I want it to move and be lively and natural, not just compact, you know, and boring. I have a carnation in 2 tones, quite sweet, these types of colors, very old-fashioned flower, very underestimated in my opinion. I like carnations. They've had their comeback, I know, but still people kind of think it's a funeral flower. So I'm getting there, just seeing if there's something else I need. I want to place just a single ranunculus in a slightly contrasty pink color here. And I have some other leftovers from the other arrangement I did that I'm just gonna place to make it look extra natural and interesting. I could place some of these lace flowers, but I actually think they're a little bit too purple. What do you think? So pretty, look at that. Knippling i blomst. It looks like lace. I could place it, but no, I won't. You can decide. This is the beauty of floral arranging. You can decide whatever you want. And all these golden rules of you can't put tulips with roses and blah de blah de blah. Don't listen to all that. Just go with what you think is nice. That's my advice to you. Should we just have one more of these absolutely gorgeous marigolds? Yes, we should. Yeah, this is it, friends. This is the back. That needs a little bit of attention. We are going to put one more of these gorgeous natural stems so we don't get depressed when we turn it around. There you go. Now we got it. And this is going in my home for a change, which happens very, very rarely. A bit like when the baker does not take home the bread. I don't know what that's all about. I think it's when you have your own business, you always focus on that you need to sell some flowers, obviously, because that's what you live off. It's your livelihood. So yeah, that's why you don't bring them home. You make them for everyone else instead. which is a beautiful thing. But today I'm making some for myself. I just noticed these lisianthus. This is the thing at the moment because it's so hot in LA. All the flowers are just so delicate. So yeah, that's a whole different story. Thank you for watching. I hope you like my fall arrangement. And if you like this basket, you can order it online. I will put the link up there. Just finding the perfect spot in my home. It could sit here on our dining table. It kind of suits our Chinese wall art and the red Danish lamp. Or maybe I'll just sit here and enjoy my afternoon with my lovely flowers in our corner full of light. Or maybe I will place it on our piano. Looks kind of cute here. Basically, it seems to fit everywhere in our home because of the colors in the flower arrangement fits our Rancho California Wild West vintage cowboy decor with loads of Mexican baskets. My cowboy candle holder looks like a scene from The Hateful Eight from Minnie's Haberdashery. I think it works here. Beautiful. Thank you for watching.